Hey guys, welcome back to the Ultimate Decades Challenge Berry Style. We're currently in the year 1313 and I have decided to play with the Devereux family, who is the current reigning royalty. Let me let you in on this situation. So Edward Devereux, this toddler right here, is actually the king. I know, he's very small and obviously he can't rule on his own. So his uncle Leopold Devereux is the king regent who is ruling in his stead. Here is Leopold, and Leopold actually murdered his older brother Florent Devereux, who was the previous king, but he was a bit of a tyrant. He wasn't a very nice person. So Leopold was like, nope, we're not dealing with this. We're gonna murder him. So now he's trying to raise his young nephew to be a good king, a good ruler. But we don't really know if little Edward's gonna take on some of his father's traits. Eleanor Devereux, who is Edward's older sister, has already taken on the mean trait from Florence, so she's already turning into a bit of a tyrant. So we're hoping the same thing doesn't happen to Edward, but we're soon going to find out, and we're going to play with them today because I just think it's a bit fun to switch it around a little bit. And so Leopold is 18 to 19 years old at the moment, so he's well overdue to get married. So we're going to go find him a wife, and he's actually going to go look among the peasant class to find a wife. And so Leopold's taking a liking to the young Beatrice Montgomery. She's just recently turned into a teenager, and he's seen her out and about at church. Well, they're at church right now, and he's taken a liking to her. He thinks that she's quite beautiful. Well, I assume that he thinks that she's quite beautiful, and he's decided to get to know her. What does he think of her? Yeah, he perceives her as very attractive. He's like, she's a beautiful girl, and even though she's wearing these dirty peasant clothes, I'm going to get her to love me, and I'm going to give her the best life possible. Okay, I don't know why they sit in mid-air like that. It's super annoying. But yeah, they're just having a little flirt. He quite likes her, and she's like, gosh, he's really important. He could really give me something in life. I'm not actually sure how Beatrice feels about him as a person, but she is definitely loving the idea of marrying upwards in life and getting to have all of these really lavish things. So Leopold has no chill. He's just serenading her in the middle of the church, and she is definitely laying it on thick. She's like, I'm really into this. I'm gonna be a princess. And look, Leopold is wasting no time. He's gonna propose to her straight away. These things happened really fast. This wasn't a period where he dated for 2 years. No, I like her, I'm gonna marry her. And she's really excited. She's like, oh my god, I'm gonna be a princess. And so, dressed up in an outfit fit for a princess, Beatrice and Leopold got married. Well, they're getting married, and Beatrice is so excited. She's like, I was born a peasant. I can't believe that this is happening to me. And as we know, the whole ceremony is super buggy, so we're just gonna pretend that they actually exchange vows, because teens don't get to exchange vows apparently. They just stare into each other's eyes, and just like that, bam, they're married. Okay, so Beatrice is very into Leopold as well, so that's good. This is a little love match. And so Beatrice has been whisked away and dressed in an outfit ready to become a princess, a part of the royal family. And so first things first, we need to do our baby rolls for these two. So for baby rolls, we roll a d10. And if it lands on a 10, they have no children. And then 1 to 9 basically determines how many children they're going to have. So we're going to roll our d10. And they rolled a 7. And so basically these guys get to have 7 pregnancies, which doesn't guarantee the child's going to live. But it means, they get to have 7 goes, have 7 babies, and just see how it all pans out. Okay, so they're woohooing in the shower, which I am all for. Go for it. So now Beatrice is pregnant with the future child of Leopold Devereux, who will be our first, off branch of the royal family. And the king, Edward Devereux, is just asleep on his pony. He's got no idea what's going on. He's too young to, understand all of this court life. And then Eleanor just wants to make an enemy. She just hates everyone. Oh my god, these two are just going at it. I didn't even tell them to do that. So today the young king Edward Devereux is aging up, but first we have some things to take care of. Okay, the lighting in here is not great, but Marina Underwood, who just got married to Sebastian, is having their first baby together. Her first son is Tiberius, who was the son of Valerius, who is the brother to our heir. It was a whole situation. Very complicated, but what you need to know is that she is having a baby with Sebastian, and they're having a baby girl. So what are we gonna call her? So I think we're gonna be super fun and call her Helen. So first we're gonna roll for Marina, and she is gonna roll a 19, so she is fine. And then for baby, we are landing on a 7. So Helen, little Helen, is not gonna make it, unfortunately. Oh my gosh, so sad, and the baby is gone. And now we're at the other Underwood family, and we have too many babies. This is so stressful. Poor Viola didn't even want one baby. Luckily, the oldest baby, Tybalt, is going to age up today. So we're going to roll for Tybalt to see if he successfully ages up into a toddler. Going to roll our d20, and Tybalt is fine. So Tybalt gets to age up, no problem. Poor Viola still has to deal with all these children, but at least one is going to be slightly older. Okay, so Tybalt is a little sorcerer, just like his mother, and now we have to roll for his genetics, because genetics are broken in this game when using custom hairs and whatever. So first we're going to roll for his hair, and we are getting his father's hair, so he gets the pink hair. Beautiful. And now for his eyes, we are rolling tails again, so he gets his father's eyes. So it looks like Tybalt is just a little clone of Lucian. So now that we've taken care of all that, we get to see whether the king, Edward Devereux, ages up today. So let's get up our dice, and we're going to roll for him to become a child. So we're going to roll a d20, and we are landing on a 3, which is perfectly fine. So the new king gets to age up. So he is self-assured, no mean traits or anything, and we need to give him a little makeover. Here we go, and this is our king, Edward Devereux. King Edward the First. Well, I don't know if there's been any previous Edwards before we started this Let's Play, but he is the first Edward that we have had. And so of course, as the king, Edward gets the best playroom that you could ever ask for. Well, I mean, all the children have this playroom, but definitely gets top of the line toys, top of the line activities, and he doesn't really have to do that much at the moment because Leopold's taking care of most of like the day-to-day stuff. Oh boy, guys, she hates children and she's pregnant at the moment. I don't think she's going to be very happy about this turn of events. No one told her that getting married into royalty means that you're expected to have a lot of babies. Oh, this is so fun. I love this. Okay, she's walking like very quickly though. Excuse, what are you doing? Why are you doing that? What is wrong with you? Maybe instead of like a bassinet, because like, who wants a bassinet? No one cares about the baby. Maybe instead of a bassinet, we could have like a... I mean, it's kind of weird how the puppet show, they're all dressed in like really modern clothes. I think that Eleanor just like really understands what the future's gonna be like. I don't know, I feel like Leopold isn't necessarily a bad guy. I think he is like really looking out for Edward, because I feel like Leopold's just seen like what happens when you have, you know, a king that's not very nice. Like his father had the mean trait, his brother had the mean trait, and he's really the first one in the family that doesn't have the mean trait. He is erratic, but he's not mean. I think he's got some quirky ideas. Maybe, you know, like killing his brother, for example, could be argued is a quirky idea. But he has good intentions. But I mean, then again, you could argue that a lot of dictators go into it with good intentions, but obviously the results aren't very good. So who knows? I don't think Eleanor really understands that her brother is the king, because she's just like really mean, and she's just being really mean to him. She's calling him names. She's like, you're a terrible king. You don't even have armpit hair yet. Like, how are you supposed to be king? You're too weak. You're too precious. Like, you can't do anything. How are you supposed to rule the kingdom with an iron fist when you're like literally a little boy? I feel like it kind of hurts Edward's feelings a little bit. He's just, well, I mean, he's confident. He's like, I don't care about what you say. I feel good about myself. But I mean, she really wants to make an enemy, so if she wants to make an enemy, like, let's make an enemy out of Edward. She's like, you're still playing with your little toys. You can't be a king. What are you? Mock outfit, and you're just dressed in this stupid little dressing gown, which is, by the way, exactly the same that she's wearing. I feel like because she's mean, like, it's in her nature to just like pick on everything that he does and just be really mean to him. I don't think she really cares that he's like the king. To her, he's just like her little brother, her silly little brother who for some reason has gotten way more than her. She doesn't understand why he gets to be king, and she's just stuck being like a stupid princess with no powers. Now she's like, I'm angry, you've just made me so angry. I mean, a little bit narcissistic. She's like, it's your fault that I'm angry right now. If you weren't so stupid, I wouldn't be so angry. He's just like, I'm gonna have her so executed when she's older. I don't think he has it in his heart to execute her, but he might exile her. I don't know where he's going. Oh, he's gonna go play darts. He's like, I need to throw sharp objects at a board in order to quell my anger right now. I'm so furious that my big sister would be this mean to me after everything we've been through. I have this banquet table that can just serve like any meal, but I'm just gonna say they have servants and that's where all the food is coming from, because they shouldn't have to cook. They're royalty. Beatrice is just like, I don't want to have this baby. Like, why am I being forced to do this? I didn't realize this was part of being royalty. I didn't agree to this. And Eleanor is just fuming. She is not happy with this at all. She's gonna go punch something. She's like taken on so many of her father's anger issues where she's just mad at the world for not bending to her will. Leopold's just up here having like conversations with invisible people, which isn't crazy at all. I mean, a really great trait to have in a king regent is someone that talks to himself. Okay, I might leave it there with the royal family. I'm curious to see what ends up happening to them as they get older. But I want to go check out what's happening with our main family, the Hawthornes. You leave for a couple days and now the chicken coop is filthy and all the chickens like hate us. I might get them a woodworking table. I feel like they're probably not going to use it, but I might get it while we have money because I feel like Alaric can use it when he gets older. There you go. That's there for Alaric when he gets a bit older. But, you know, eventually maybe he'll have like a woodworking shop. I don't know. We'll see what happens. For now, I'm going to try and get Geraldine making more candles because I do like the idea of them having like homemade candles. I mean, you know, the lighting situation is already not great, but I feel like it's a little bit more realistic if they're like putting in the effort to actually make their own candles. Alaric takes his job as heir very seriously. He knows he's going to have to take over the farm, so he's like already preparing himself for it. He's like, I'm going to do all the chores. I'm going to take everything out. Kind of cool seeing like what the farm would look like from their perspective. I really enjoy the first person. I don't really use it very much for actual gameplay, but I like kind of just like looking around. I think it's kind of fun. You can make candles if you want. Maybe he can be like a good little fabricator. Oh my god, don't burn yourself. Oh, she's upgrading the toilet. Okay, Miss Futurista. Does that mean that she's already like upgraded it with all these? Actually, I feel like having a bee box would be really good for them, especially with the farm. I might put the bees like over here. Maybe I'll start off with 2. Oh no. Go! You gotta be chill, you gotta be relaxed. They can sense your fear. Does that mean that the snow is melting a little bit? Because I'm so ready for it to be over. Oh my god, when is winter over? Okay, we only have one more day of winter after this. I'm so excited for winter to be over. It is not my favorite season. Not that our neighborhood action plans ever actually win. I feel like every time I vote on them, they just end up going with someone else. Wait, what do you mean? Oh my god, she's got so many influence points. Why can't I vote? How do I start a repeal process? I'm repealing Juice Community, that we are a good Christian household. We are not doing that. Okay, she's gonna go get some signatures. How do we even do this? Ask for repeal signature. Peter Hastings, will you give me the repeal signature that I need? We are a good Christian community and we do not need everyone drinking all the time. I don't know if he didn't give his signature, that's because he's an alcoholic. And we don't fraternize with alcoholics. Go, how about you go down to the church? I feel like that's gonna have plenty of like anti-drinking people. Peter's like, I don't know about this. All these people surely are on our side. How about Henry? How about you ask Henry to give you a signature? Oh, first, do you not actually know Henry? First she has to meet Henry and then we're gonna ask for his signature. Okay, he actually doesn't like her already. How come you can't ask him for a repealing signature? Only in her neighborhood? I didn't know that. Nobody told me that. Okay, we're traveling. Now we're at the marketplace and we're gonna go and try and get some signatures to repeal this Juice Community. She's like, hello good Christian woman, surely you are against this travesty that is all these people drinking all the time. And Andrea's like, yeah, sure, I'm against that totally. And this is Prince Leopold. Who better to get on our... Oh, she's not even like allowed to talk to him, I assume, because he's like a crowned royal and she's a peasant. I wonder if she can get the kid to sign the petition. Hello, young child. Surely you are against people drinking all the time? No, children are useless. She's like, Alistair, Pastor Pentland, Monsignor, I forget what they call them, Monsignor? She's like, you sign my petition. He's like, yes, I hate all these drinking people. You have my vote. And meanwhile, he's like a closeted alcoholic. Yeah, he seems reasonable. Surely he'll give me his signature. She's like, will you sign my petition? Like, it's very reasonable. All I want is people to just stop drinking forever. And he's like, yes, that sounds very reasonable. Not in our good Christian community. Okay, now stop flirting with him. Go find some more people. I don't know who this is, but we're gonna go make him on our side. You are not even dressed appropriately, sir. What are you wearing? What kind of weird garb is this? Go get this man in the weird clothes' signature. And he's like, I'll be happy to sign your anti-drinking prohibition era petition. Do we have enough signatures yet? How many more signatures do we need? It's getting dark outside. Okay, we've got 3 out of 5 signatures. I feel like there's some people who didn't sign our petition. I don't know how I feel about this, but we can vote on some community space projects. We got heaps of stuff. I want another marketplace. I enjoy the marketplaces. What can I say? Hello, good sir. You hate alcohol, don't you? Otherwise, you're an alcoholic and a heathen, and we can't have you in our community. He's like, no, I love alcohol. I'm not signing a stupid petition. Okay, screw him. He doesn't understand. What about this guy? Who is he? Okay, stop talking to this loser. He doesn't understand. Talk to Clarence Higgins. Clarence, come back here. She is very persuasive when she wants to be, and he's like, yeah, I'll sign your thing, whatever. I can't even read it. Like, I don't even know how to read. Wait, Lucian, come back here. She's got to apologize to him first. She's like, I know you hate me, but please sign my petition. It's for a good cause. And he's like, no hard feelings. I totally get it. I hate alcohol. I hate drinking as well. We're signing your petition. Okay, how are we going with this? I feel like that's 5 signatures. And she's just out in like the middle of a blizzard trying to like get signatures for this stupid action plan. Okay, cool. It's repealed. I thought I could vote on something else. I really wanted to vote. That was the whole point of this, and now I'm not even able to. I might as well have just left everyone drunk. Silly. Okay, what is it? It's 4:38 a.m. So let's go get all our daily chores done. First off, we have the aging up of little James Eads. That is their 3rd child, their 3rd living child, I should say. So let's do his death roll. So he's aging up into a toddler, so we're doing our toddler roll, and he is rolling a 16, which is fine, perfectly fine. Little James gets to age up, no problems whatsoever. So cute. Now let's roll for our genetics. We're gonna flip for his hair, and he is landing on a tail. So he gets his father's hair, which is like the dark brown. And then for his eyes, he gets hopefully his mother's eyes, and she is, I believe, the darkest. Mother's eyes. Beautiful. Okay, now James is aged up. Sybil's gonna have her baby. She is so ready to get this thing out of her. How about Walter? I feel like Walter is a very, like, you know, Eads kind of name. Now let's do our death rolls, our favorite part, whether they live or die. Okay, we're gonna roll for mum first, and we are landing on a 6, so she is fine, no problems there. And now for baby, we're gonna land on a 20. What does that mean? Unfortunately, little baby Walter doesn't make it. I'm sorry. Unfortunately, little Walter Eads didn't make it, so I'm gonna leave them alone to process their feelings. And the other child we get to age up is little David Hastings, Elizabeth and Peter's 2nd child. So hopefully this one will live as well. We're gonna get up our death rolls, and we are rolling for a toddler. So we're gonna roll our dice, and he makes it. Thank goodness. I feel like he's already got his mother's hair, so I might actually leave that because I think it looks really cute on him. But I will roll for his eyes. So let's get our coin flip, and we're gonna flip for his eyes, and he's landing on his father's eyes, and I'm gonna figure out what color they are. So that is a little bit cute. What a little cutie. Okay, we can leave them alone now and go back to our main household. It really is the last day of winter today. I know I made a mistake last time, but it actually is the last day of winter. I've triple checked. And so we're gonna harvest all of the crops and sell some food, put some food away for the next season, and I'm so looking forward to spring. I've hated having winter. It has been really not that fun for me. So I'm gonna get Marsilia to like harvest all the crops. Well, I'm gonna get all of them to harvest all the crops. How come these didn't grow at all? They're like in season and they haven't grown at all. I feel like someone's come in and like harvested all our pears and all of our like fruits and stuff that we spent all season. I did turn off autonomous gardening, so I don't feel like it's my Sims, and I haven't seen them harvesting. Maybe it's like when I leave the lot, they like decide to do whatever they want. So I've done a little makeover. I put all our pictures over on this side of the room and put a little wall decor, put down some like rugs and stuff to make it a little bit more homey. And I think the biggest change is, in addition to that window, I also put 2 other windows on the back wall, and also just some little like things over. I just feel like it looks more homey. I feel like it looks a bit nicer. Okay, I might leave it there for today. Thank you so much for watching the Ultimate Decades Challenge in 1313. I'll see you next year in 1314, where we have a bloodbath because all of our teenagers are aging up into young adults. So I'll see you then.